Hey, hello, and welcome to another opening on the opening playbook, where we this time around cover the Spanish. A very strong civ in terms of their fast fortress, which, spoiler alert, we are going to cover this time around. There are two versions of the fast fortress. There's one version where you go for 3 vills, capitalism, 700 coins, 700 wood. And there is another version where we go for 3 vills, 700 coin, 700 wood, and 700 letters, which is called the aggressive fast fortress. Which is I'm gonna cover today, the aggressive one. Because I do think that this is one that is going to be used more often at our elos. Though at high elos, I would assume that the greedy one does see more play. So, again, as with all the openings I've covered so far, collect all the crates that's on the floor. Then your priority of treasures is going to be wood first. But, as you see here, there's not a single wood treasure anywhere close nearby my city. Plus experience, coin, and food. Wood is a bit of a letdown. Yeah, not a single wood treasure on this map. This is kind of insane though. I think it's like the first time where I didn't have a singular wood treasure on this map. And if you happen to be on a livestock map, you can eat the livestock to age a bit faster. Because sometimes you can age up a little earlier than usual. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So with the wood, you start with 200 wood. With that 200 wood, you want to build a TP pretty much immediately. And get 3 to 4 wheels on wood and the rest on food. It's important to keep in mind that you get shipments 13% faster, if I recall correctly. So your first shipment is gonna come pretty fast. So it's better to have the wood up earlier than later. And if you happen to have like 9 out of 10 vills, it's better to send the 3 vill shipment rather than waiting on getting the house done to send the shipment then instead. Because 5 to 10 seconds idle time is nothing compared to 5 to 10 seconds idle time on your shipment. Because if you're waiting 10 seconds to get your shipment going, you are essentially wasting 30 seconds on your shipment because you are sending 3 vills instead. See, I have a little bit of idle time, but it's not going to matter too much because I built the house pretty much immediately. And the rest of the build is going to be on food then instead. You get up for the 800 food that you need. And after the initial house, you pretty much want to focus on food and experience. Those are only 2 resources that are going to matter. Maybe some coin as well, because you are wanting to chop 100 or mine 100 coin in transition. And the rest pretty much on food. You are going to age up with 14 vills. Sometimes also can get age up with like 13 vills if you have a very strong edge one. But on the majority of games, you are going to age up with 14 vills. Vills being villagers. And the age up of choice is going to be the governor, which gives yourself the outpost and 200 coin. Lucky for me, I found myself a 80 coin treasure. I didn't scout this treasure here, so in my hand, I just have to chop 20 food, 20 coin in transition. Cool. Means I just have to got like 1 villager on coin or 2 to mine the 20 coin. And as soon as you click up your age up, you want to get 2 villagers out on herding the Hansen which is going to be my top and the east one. And as I said, everything else on food, because our goal is to get as fast as possible to the third age, so that we can pressure the opponent. However, I found myself against the Aztec, which are very famous for their rush, as you see here. So I was a little anxious about the aggression that Aztec can put yourself in, which means normally you want to put your outpost right in the middle in front of your opponent, put your barracks next together to it, and then push pretty much immediately once your first batch is done, once your 2 Falconets have arrived. But this time around I opted to go for a more defensive opening, where I put down the outpost more defensively around here the tree line. Go there. Because it does protect my mine and my hunts. And it's inevitable that your chain post is going to get destroyed against Aztec. I think not much you can do against it. And again, the cards you want to send is 700 coin and 700 wood. 700 coin is going to be used for the age up. 700 wood is going to be used for housing and your barracks. I'm going to age up with the adventurer, which gives me some crossbow. I think I chose crossbows or pikes. I think I age up with crossbow because I wanted to dwindle down the Jagger Power Knights. I sent down, and yeah, the third shipment is going to be 7 letters, which actually worked out wonders for me because it enabled me to snipe down the batch of coyotes. He's trying to hide me for a bit, but lucky with Spain, most of the time when your opponent's in base, you already have clicked the edge button. And it doesn't really good. And your hero is the MVP, because your dogs do shadow tag, which means shadow tag means that they are getting stronger with each corresponding age. As here, from 125 page points to 170. So that's quite a lot. It was a bit annoying that he denied me a house, but that's fine. I placed the barracks very defensively to be very cautious against Aztec. But as we see, I didn't have to be cautious at all, because he went for some very good water freeze boom. So yeah, train by some Royal Arrows or Musketeers, both are very matchup dependent. If you're fighting against a civilization that's rather on the melee side, you want to train Royal Arrows. If you are on a side where your opponents rather tend to have some more range into the melee units, usually Musketeers are the better unit to go to. And as said, as soon as your 2 Falcons arrive, that's pretty much the go time. As I did scout really much on the map, because I wanted to get my hero alive. I was scouting for the FP that, spoiler, that never really was a thing to begin with. So, and as the shipments afterwards, that's pretty much open to the wild on what you want to do. You can either send 1000 wood for infrastructure and housing. And again, if you didn't got the house burned, like I did, you can send 9 rods, or those 5 lancers. In Spanish God, you want to find sort of greedy. And again, the Falcon will do some splendid work out here. XP everywhere. And also keep in mind that the hero is again the MVP. We want to keep him alive at all cost. Unluckily, I'm housing right now because as I did manage to get the house down. That's again very important to keep the Falconets alive. And with us that Falconets, you want to siege down housing and some infrastructure, rather some barrack of some sort. But as it's also important to note that warheads and blockhouses have less range than the Falconet. The Falconet has 26 range, but a warhead only has 24. Same with the blockhouse. So if you position your Falconets right, you can outrange them. Not so much for Tonsas. The Tonsa has 32 range. I can't see it. There we go. I try to to balance out the damage on my Falconets, because 2 Falconets are much more deadlier than 1. And as third shipment of choice, I did send 1000 wood, which I'm going to use for vegetable layer upgrades, summer housing, and either a barracks or a stable, depending on what you need. And yeah, that's pretty much the opening done. I'm going to kill this town center. It's very adaptive, it's very strong. You're going to get your opponent heavy and fast, but you also have some pretty good economic follow-up with this as well. Because House of Trasmara can give yourself some pretty cheap H after you send like 8 to 9 shipments. Your H4 is something like, what was it? 1,500 food and like 800, 900 coin. So he's edging up for 4, some more pressure. Or you can also go for some economic play, which means that you're gonna spend presumably Spanish gold first, 1000 wood next, into Marvelous Year. For like 1 or 2 town centers. Very good card. Which boosts the gathering of all your villagers and the villager creation time. So yeah, this is the pretty much the opening covered of the Spanish Fast Fortress. Don't want to get this series done for too long. This video, I mean. I think 30 minutes-ish was a pretty good spot to be in without overextending it too much, because a lot of this shipment clicking is going to depend on your opponent's composition. If your opponent has a lot of cavalry, you want to send your roll arrows. If your opponent has a lot of anti-cavalry or skirms, you want to send yourself some lancers. So yeah, that is the opening done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.